Have you ever thought about what is stopping you from reaching your fullest dreams? It's putting things off. That sneaky habit of putting things off becomes as common as your desire to break it, and it can become the biggest thing stopping you from reaching your bigger goals. Today, we're going to talk about how to get past this obstacle, not by finding short-term fixes, but by making a big change in how we live and work. At its core, procrastination shows how we deal with problems and tasks. It happens when we are torn between what we want in the long term and the fears or discomforts we need to get over in the short term in order to get there. The key to getting past it is a big shift in how we think about things. Instead of seeing jobs as problems, we should see them as steps toward our goals. We start this trip by changing the way we talk to each other. The way we talk to ourselves can either make us more likely to put things off or push us to get them done. Positive mantras like "do it now" can change the way we think, inspire us to take that first important step, and over time, change the way our subconscious mind works so that we are more likely to act. Tackling our most daunting tasks at the start of the day, a strategy known as "eat that frog," clears the path for unhindered progress in subsequent hours. This approach not only enhances our productivity, but also lifts our spirits, creating a positive domino effect in all our activities. Managing life rather than just time allows us to recognize that while time is uncontrollable, how we use it is entirely within our grasp. Consciously prioritizing your actions based on their impact on your ultimate goals puts you directly on the fast track to success. Singular focus on tasks that make a significant difference and conscientious planning of our days are also crucial. Setting clear priorities and adhering to them sets the stage for real and tangible strides toward our goals. As you go through this process of change, keep in mind that getting over your laziness is a path to self-discovery and happiness. Thanks for following this road with us. We will get to the bottom of the unlimited potential that lives inside each of us and work hard to reach our deepest desires. As we keep working to stop putting things off and get closer to our goals, we reach a key part of this process that will dramatically change your life, changing your attitude. This part is very important because your mindset is what your wins and failures are built and shaped by. Your mind is a battleground where you fight questions, fears, and most of all, putting things off. Every task and chance is seen through the lens of how we talk to ourselves and how we see our skills or weaknesses. So if you want to stop putting things off, the first thing you need to do is develop a mindset that encourages action, drive, and resilience. Transformation begins with recognizing that our beliefs and thoughts are not mere passive observers of our reality. They are, in fact, creators of that reality. If you firmly believe that you are prone to procrastination, that it's just part of who you are, then that will be the reality you continue to live. But what if you decide to believe the opposite? What if you choose to believe that you are someone who takes action, who faces challenges head on, and who keeps commitments to yourself? This mental reconfiguration doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice, patience, and above all, persistence. It starts with the conscious act of intercepting and transforming negative or defeatist thoughts into positive and motivating affirmations. For example, instead of telling yourself, "I always leave everything to the last minute," try saying, "I am learning to take action in a timely and effective manner." This simple change in narrative can have a profound impact on your willingness to tackle tasks that you normally procrastinate on. Reciting positive words over and over is a good way to make this new way of thinking stick. Repeating "do it now" over and over with conviction isn't just a call to action, it's also a warning that you can break out of the rut of inaction. This mantra becomes a rock that keeps your attention on the moment and the things you can do right now to change it. Another strong tool you can use to change your mind is visualization. Give yourself a few minutes every day to picture yourself completing your hardest jobs. Think about how happy and relieved you'll be when you do that. This practice not only gets your mind ready to act, but it also lowers worry and fear of failing, which are two common things that make people put things off. Having stories and people around you that support this action-oriented attitude is also very important. You should read books, listen to talks, and be around people who motivate you to move forward. By surrounding yourself with examples of people who have stuck with something even when it got hard and succeeded, You increase your own belief that action is not only possible, but also necessary. But changing the way you think isn't just about getting you to do something. Perfectionism is also something that you need to understand and accept. A lot of the time, we put things off because we're afraid of messing up. Here is where we need to learn to value growth over perfection. No matter how small, every step forward is a win over putting things off. To sum up, changing the way you think is the most important thing you can do to stop putting things off. You stop seeing yourself as someone who puts things off and start seeing yourself as someone who moves. Through conscious practice of self-affirmation, visualization, and immersion in positive influences, you can transform your mindset from one that favors procrastination to one that drives action. Changing your mindset is just the beginning, but it's a powerful and necessary start. By adopting these practices, you're not just working to overcome procrastination. You're redefining who you are and who you can be. Remember, in action, you will find the path to your most cherished dreams. As we continue our journey to unravel the secrets behind overcoming procrastination, we encounter a powerfully evocative tactic known as the Eat That Frog strategy. This approach, based on the idea of tackling your most intimidating challenges head-on and without hesitation, promises not only to enhance your productivity, but also to transform your relationship with work and tasks you habitually avoid. The Eat That Frog strategy is based on a simple yet profound principle. If your first task of the day is the hardest and least appealing, everything else will seem easier in comparison. The frog symbolizes that task which you dread the most, which would likely trigger the strongest tendency to procrastinate. By eating that frog, completing this task first, we release a huge psychological burden and give ourselves a boost of energy and satisfaction that permeates the rest of our daily activities. There are several reasons why this strategy works. First, starting the day with the hardest job uses up our most powerful energy and willpower. Many studies show that our willpower decreases with each choice we make during the day. Because of this, it makes sense to do the hardest jobs first, when our ability to resist the urge to put them off is at its strongest. In addition, finishing the most unpleasant job on your list makes you feel good right away, which can boost your confidence and motivation to take on new challenges with a better attitude. This cycle of success that feeds itself is important for making being productive a habit and for changing how we think about hard jobs from something we dread to something we can handle. To use the Eat That Frog approach, you must first figure out what your daily frog is. This involves honest reflection on your tasks and recognizing which ones generate the most resistance. Once identified, commit to addressing it first, resisting the temptation to quickly deal with smaller and possibly less important tasks. The key here is discipline and the willingness to dive into the task without delay. However, it's essential to maintain a balanced perspective. Some days, the frog may be particularly large and daunting. In these cases, it can be helpful to break the task into smaller, manageable segments. This divide and conquer approach can make the task seem less intimidating and facilitate getting started, which is often the hardest part. Another crucial dimension of the Eat That Frog strategy is preparation. Before ending your workday, identify the frog for the next day. This allows you to mentally prepare and plan how you will approach it, rather than wasting time and mental energy deciding where to start each morning. Additionally, it's important not to rely solely on your willpower. Create an environment that supports your intention to tackle the hardest task first. This may include preparing your workspace the night before, removing potential distractions, and ensuring you have all the tools and resources you need at hand. The impact of the Eat That Frog strategy extends beyond improving daily productivity. It has the potential to change our attitude towards work and life. By adopting this approach, we begin to see challenging tasks not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to test our resilience, grow, and move towards our goals. Ultimately, the Eat That Frog strategy is more than just a time management technique. It's a life philosophy. It teaches us that while we may not always control the tasks life throws at us, we can control how and when we choose to face them. By eating the frog every day, we not only make progress on our projects and goals, but also build an identity as individuals who do not shy away from challenges, but face them with courage and determination. As you keep working to stop putting things off, remember how important it is to face your hardest tasks with courage and conviction. Doing so will not only make you more efficient and effective, but it will also help you build a character that can get past any problem that stands in the way of your greatest dreams coming true. Now, we'll talk about a changing idea that goes beyond just managing your life and tasks. This all-around view asks us to disregard time and think about how our daily choices and actions connect with our deepest values, our long-term goals, and eventually the life we want to live. Realizing that every moment counts is the first step in taking charge of your life. Time, that never-ending and uncontrollable thing, runs all the time. Once it's gone, you can't stop it, make it go faster, or get it back. However, you are completely in charge of how you choose to spend that time. Making thoughtful, well-thought-out choices about what to do in each moment is at the heart of life management. One of the first steps in effective life management is gaining clarity on what is important to us. This involves defining our goals, values, and what we truly want to achieve in different areas of our lives, such as career, relationships, personal well-being, and spiritual development. With clarity on these aspects, we can begin aligning our daily actions with our long-term vision. Prioritization then emerges as a crucial tool. With so many distractions and demands vying for our attention, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. This is where the practice of setting clear priorities becomes our beacon, guiding us through the often turbulent waters of daily life. It's not just about making a to-do list. It's about constantly discerning between what is urgent and what is important, and having the courage to focus on the important, even when the urgent clamors for attention. Another pillar of life management is commitment to growth and continuous learning. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure or uncertainty about how to approach a task. By adopting a growth mindset, we see each challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. This allows us to approach challenging tasks with curiosity and openness rather than avoidance. Self-discipline and consistency are also essential in this process. Managing our lives requires a daily commitment to our decisions and priorities. It's not about sporadic bursts of productivity or motivation, but about small, consistent actions that, when added together, create a significant impact in our lives. Last but not least, life management involves a balance between doing and being. While action is crucial, so is reflection, rest, and connection with ourselves and others. Creating space for introspection and rest ensures that our actions are fueled by a source of energy. Our overall well-being, going after our dreams with drive and fully living in the present, are two things that make up life management. It's a warning that putting things off can be a long-term problem. Every moment, we can choose to do things that are in line with our core values and help us live the life we want. Adopting life management as a way of life will not only help you stop putting things off, but it will also lead you to self-discovery and happiness. By taking this method, you can live your life on purpose and to the fullest, so that when you die, you can know that you really lived, loved deeply, and reached your most important goals. As we keep working to stop putting things off, we come across a principle that is both new and difficult, the principle of single focus. Not only is this approach important for our fight against procrastination, but it's also a powerful way to improve our efficiency and reach our goals with more clarity and accuracy than ever before. The idea of singular focus is that we should give our full attention and energy to a single job at all times. People often say that being able to do more than one thing at once is a good skill. So this way of doing things needs to be seriously thought about again. Trying to do too many things at once may make us feel like we're getting more done, but it actually makes us less productive and lowers the quality of our work. Singular focus, on the other hand, lets us give the job at hand our full attention, which lets us be as creative and problem-solving as we can be. Implementing singular focus in our lives begins with accepting that we cannot do everything at once. This recognition frees us to make more conscious choices about how we use our time and energy. By choosing to focus on one task at a time, we not only increase the quality of our work, but also experience a reduction in the stress and anxiety that often accompany attempts to juggle multiple responsibilities simultaneously. To cultivate singular focus, it's essential to establish clear priorities. This means having a firm understanding of our goals and objectives and being able to identify which actions will bring us closer to them each day. Choose the most important task that moves you toward your goal and commit to working on it with mindful attention. This approach not only makes you more productive, but also provides a sense of progress and achievement that can be incredibly motivating. The environment plays a crucial role in the success of singular focus. A workspace free from distractions, both physical and digital, is essential. This may involve turning off notifications on your phone, closing browser tabs unrelated to the current task, or even informing others that you need uninterrupted time. These actions create a sanctuary for concentration, where your attention can remain focused on the task at hand. A useful technique for maintaining singular focus is the Pomodoro technique, which involves working intensely for short periods followed by brief breaks. This method not only keeps your energy and concentration high, but also provides structure, helping you maintain a sustainable pace of work throughout the day. However, singular focus is more than just a series of techniques and strategies. It's a life philosophy. It's about living intentionally, consciously choosing where we invest our time and energy. By adopting this way of living, we not only overcome procrastination, but also discover a sense of purpose and satisfaction in our work and lives. To sum up, single focus forces you to question the idea that more is always better. Instead, it asks you to go deeper, to fully deal with the job at hand in the present moment. This level of attention is not only the best way to stop putting things off, but it's also the key to reaching your biggest goals and reaching your full potential. As we continue our journey to stop putting things off and live a more happy and productive life, we look at planning and setting priorities. Two important skills that are needed to make any big change in how we handle our time and lives. This is the main idea behind all the strategies we've looked at so far. It gives them shape and direction. To plan well, you must first have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, both now and in the future. With this vision, you can set goals that are clear, measurable, attainable, important, and have a due date. But making goals is only the start. The true magic happens in the planning stage, where those goals are broken down into specific tasks and actions. This is where prioritization comes into play, acting as the process by which you evaluate the relative importance of each task based on its urgency and impact on your ultimate goals. Effective prioritization requires us to be brutally honest about our limitations of time and energy. In an ideal world, we could tackle all our tasks and responsibilities with equal vigor and dedication. However, in reality, we must consciously choose where to focus our efforts to maximize our impact. This conscious selection often involves saying no to tasks, projects, and even opportunities that, while they may seem attractive, do not align with our most critical goals. When setting priorities, the Eisenhower matrix is helpful because it divides our jobs into 4 groups based on how important and how quickly they need to be done. This technique not only helps us understand which tasks need our immediate attention, but it also teaches us how to delegate or put off tasks that don't directly help us reach our bigger goals. But making plans and setting priorities are not one-time things. They are ongoing habits that need to be looked at and changed on a regular basis. Because life changes all the time, so should our goals. This means we need to check and change our to-do lists every day, either at the start or end of the day, to make sure they stay in line with our goals and to account for any changes or new information that comes up. Planning and setting priorities aren't just about making sure we have things to do all day. It's important to remember that. It's about making room for what's important and making sure that every move we make moves us closer to living the life we want. At the end of the day, it's about deciding how and where to spend our time and energy. Setting priorities and making plans are more than just ways to organize your time. They show what you really believe and what you want to achieve. By sticking to these habits, you will not only stop putting things off, but you will also make it easier to reach your goals and dreams. You learn not only how to get more done, but also how to live a meaningful life on this path. As we reach the end of our journey today, I want to take a moment to deeply thank you for joining me in this exploration of overcoming procrastination and moving towards a life of action, purpose, and fulfillment. Each step we take together in this journey is a vital piece in constructing the life we desire and deserve. We have navigated through powerful concepts such as mindset shifting, the frog strategy, life management, singular focus, planning, and prioritization. Each of these topics not only provides us with tools to combat procrastination, but also invites us to deeply reflect on how we live, work, and dream. But as we know well, knowledge without action is like a seed without soil. It has potential, but it needs the right environment to grow. So my challenge to you today is to pick one of the tactics we talked about and make a promise to use it in your life over the next week. One easy way to do this is to say the phrase, "Do it now," to yourself every morning, or to do your worst job first thing in the morning. No matter what you do it on purpose and watch how it changes your output and how you see what is possible. Share your story, your struggles, and your successes with us. Your path has been special, and someone else's story could give them the desire to start making changes in their life. You can leave a review, send us a message, or share this podcast with someone you think would benefit from listening to it. If you got anything out of this show, please think about subscribing to our channel. Not only will you be helping this project, but you'll also make sure you don't miss any future shows where we'll keep exploring and unraveling together. Before we part ways, I want you to think about this. Action gives us purpose, and purpose gives us life. Every step you take to stop putting things off is a step toward your inner desires and making a life that fits with who you are. Again, thank you for giving me your time and energy today. Remember that every step you take toward change counts. What step are you going to take today? Until the next time, always keep going, always dream, and always do something.